Peace, y'all. This your boy, Vinny Venom. I'd like to welcome y'all to Commission Cypher. This is the spot for all things hip-hop, wellness, health. Shout out to the HydroBar. We live and direct. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you come in here and get your alkaline water. Stay hydrated. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tim Jr., Tim Sr., the whole staff. We appreciate y'all, man. But we here live and direct, man. It's another week coming off the holiday. But I got some special guests with me. We're going to talk a lot about... We got a lot of shit to discuss, man. So I got an esteemed panel here. All right, first and foremost, before I get into my guests here today, a couple housekeeping items. First and foremost, make sure y'all go to hydrobar.io. Hydrobar.io. If y'all want to learn a little bit more on the HydroBar and what they represent and what they do, I encourage y'all to hit up the website, right? They got a $40 membership pass you pay per month. So if you guys want to come in here and fill up your alkaline jug, your plastic bags, whatever source of container you have for your water, come through, right? $40 a month. Tell them Vinny sent you, all right? So when you come through, let the front desk know that Vinny sent you. Make sure y'all also log on Tunecore.com. If y'all are aspiring artists and you need distribution, make sure you hit up Tunecore.com. Below, there's going to be a link for y'all to click on where y'all could give us your email. Make sure that y'all share us the email that's linked to your account to Tunecore.com so that way we can get y'all in a shuffle. We're going to be doing a contest, right? So the first 50 artists that sign up for Tunecore and get referred by me, we're going to give y'all some distribution tips, courses, and some free one-on-ones with some of our staff. So I want to make sure that y'all get on the Tunecore.com, especially for all my artists who need distro. We got y'all, man. So shout out to my Tunecore family. What's up, y'all? Last but not least, man, I want y'all to make sure that y'all subscribe to Chrome 23. This is our battle rap league. Shout out to Remy Ma. We got a bunch of battles that are coming out here in the next couple weeks. We just did a tournament. We got 16 girls vying for $10,000. So we got a lot of money on the table, but there's going to be some dope battles that come to the YouTube channel. So make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure that y'all hit that notification bell over there at Chrome 23. Make sure y'all do the same thing over here to Commission Cypher, man. So without further ado, I want to get into my guests here today. First and foremost, I got my boy Grizz Grounds. What's up, G?
Hey, what's up, man?
How you, man?
I'm all right, bro.
Good, man. Good. I appreciate you being here. I also got an artist, aspiring artist. His name is 98 Doe. He represents the 505. What's up, G?
Hey, what up? What up? Appreciate you having me on, Vinny.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming up, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit to talk about. I know you got a project out that we're going to talk about, Breathless 2.
Yeah, I just dropped Breathless 2 on the 27th of September. It's running up the numbers pretty good, so go check it out. It's on all streaming platforms.
Yeah, man. You got some heat, man. So you gonna kick a freestyle for us a little later. So we gonna get into that. But coming off the holiday, first and foremost, y'all travel, y'all go out of town. How was the holiday, man?
Shit, I stayed over here and
stayed in town.
Stayed in town.
Yeah.
Man, me and my kids usually give out turkeys every Thanksgiving a couple days.
Yeah.
before. So
talk a little bit about that. Yeah, you was telling me about that. So you was giving away turkeys.
yeah,
how'd that come about? When'd you start doing that?
Shit, me and my kids started doing that probably about 5-6 years ago. So it's something that we do every year.
Okay.
We're just trying to give back to the community. You know what I'm saying?
That's
because
dope.
there's a lot of poverty out here. So
Yeah, man.
So
Listen,
the people
man,
need it over here.
You know, for me, I'm not one for the pagan holidays because it's about some bullshit. But
Yeah.
I think the key thing is when the holidays are coming and there's people less fortunate, it's basically our duty to step up to the plate and help people out. You know, if we can put food on someone's table, whether it be a turkey or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We want to get back to the less fortunate. So salute, man. That's dope.
Appreciate
That's
you,
fire,
bro.
man. That's fire.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, you gonna kick a freestyle a little later. But yo, let me tell you something, man. I went to Denver for my born day. My born day was last week. I go to Denver, cold as a motherfucker. All right, cold as a motherfucker. But everything was set up for Christmas already. They got you hit the mall, Christmas everything. You know what I'm saying? You hit the outdoor outlets, whatever, Christmas everything. Like, yo, Thanksgiving ain't even start, son. So, but tis the motherfucking season, right?
Yeah.
Tis the motherfucking season, dog. Everything happening consecutively, but I hope y'all had a good holiday if you celebrate, with your family. What you end up doing, bro? You stay in town?
I stayed home. Yeah,
Dope.
I'm from here, bro. I ain't go nowhere.
You ain't go nowhere.
I just went to my
keep it with the
mom's
fam.
crib. Absolutely.
Dope. How's your
Yes,
mom?
sir.
Is she good?
Everybody's good, bro.
Dope.
Yes, sir.
Dope,
Doing
man.
well.
Salute to
Yeah,
your moms.
for
Yo,
sure.
listen. We here because we love hip hop, and obviously the show's centered around health, wealth, and hip hop. But your mom's got a dope spot here in town, man. I want you to plug it, man. Let the people know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The spot.
Yeah, she's got a few. The one I think you're talking about is at Sawmill Market. If you're familiar with Sawmill Market, you go by there. It's called Hot Pizza Co.
Fire.
Far as health goes, though, everything is non-GMO, certified organic.
Yep.
Everything is made, locally sourced, like meat.
Dope.
Like only the finest cheeses.
That's
you
the
know
way
what
to
I'm
do
saying?
it, baby.
No,
That's the way to
real
do
though,
it.
For real though, she's serious about it. You know what I'm saying?
I salute it because, not to interrupt you, but I salute it because that's my whole thing. Is like I want people to fucking understand that what we put in our body is so important. You feel me?
Yeah.
We wonder why we so sick, why we so fucked up all the time, right? It start with this shit. Clean your fucking body out with that alkaline water, but then also eat the right food. You feel me? And your mom's spot is delicious, bro. Like my son asked me on a regular, like, "Yo, can we go to that spot?"
Yeah,
He
appreciate
loves it.
you.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, she squeezes
salute,
the juice, like her drinks that are there are all made from she gets the herbs and puts them in a bag herself, brews the tea, the sweeteners. She makes the syrup for the sweetener in house.
Oh, word?
All that, yeah.
That's
So
fire,
anyway, go check that out.
What's the address, man?
I don't know what the address is to Sawmill Market, but it's off of Rio Grande and the freeway. So it's
Google
on
that shit.
Bellama, I believe.
Google that shit. Now I'll make sure I put a
Most def.
link down here.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
Let people know to go there. But that spot is fire, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you.
And
Yes,
especially
definitely check it
with
out.
me being, me trying to eat in a certain light, that vegan motherfucker that she got is fire, son. That shit is so
absolutely.
good, man.
She got
What's the name of the spot again?
Gluten free and all that. Hot Pizza Co.
Hot
Yes,
Pizza Co.
Hot Pizza Co. Yes, appreciate you.
Salute the Mom Dukes. That's fire, bro.
Absolutely
That's super
appreciate
fire.
it. Yes.
But yeah, we in motion. So this episode 1 of the sit down, we call it the Commission Cypher. And the reason we call it the Commission Cypher is usually people that come at this table are their own boss, right? And as y'all know, when motherfuckers sit at the commission table to talk business and to politic about shit, everyone individually is a boss of their own kind. So I'm glad y'all up here, and I'm happy that we got some shit to talk about. So, with that being said, one last thing. Again, subscribe, like, share. Make sure you hit the notification bell. A lot of content coming. Salute to my dude, Freddie DeMarco. He's Ice-T's artist. He's gonna be up here in a couple of weeks, so I can't wait for y'all to know him. He got some crazy banger records. Ice-T's right behind him. So Ice-T got a brand new album, Body Count. So we're gonna talk to Freddie about that in a couple of weeks. And shout out to my homie C. Jameson. The video with him is out now on the YouTube page. He got a new record. His video's coming out later on this week. It's called Living, featuring Jim Jones. The record's been out for a minute, but the video coming out. So salute to him. But check out that interview. I also got an interview with Tim Baca, who's the CEO of the HydroBar. We were pouring live from the HydroBar, as I mentioned earlier. So all that shit y'all didn't catch up on, it's on the page now. So make sure that you go back and watch everything. So, but Grizz, what we got topic-wise? What we gonna talk about today, man?
So the first topic conversation.
We got going on in these streets.
Everybody's talking about this. I want to know what y'all think, opinions, and how everybody feels about the Kendrick Lamar album. Surprise! I don't think anybody knew about it. It just just dropped out of nowhere, right?
Dropped it and
absolutely, yeah. And everybody's going crazy. A lot of strong feelings and opinions. So
yeah, I'm
interested in knowing what do y'all think about it.
So let me get your thoughts first and foremost. What'd you think, man?
So I liked it. I like Kendrick Lamar. I've liked Kendrick Lamar for a long time, right? I started listening to Kendrick Lamar years ago. I found one of his videos on YouTube. As far as the beef go, I like Drake. I'm a fan of Drake, right? And so, I don't know. You always kind of pick a side, right? And I felt like,
I mean, you don't have to. I mean, I guess you do.
Yeah, absolutely. You
cool.
can't be on the fence with me, bro. You either with me or against me. You know what I'm saying?
You can't
no,
play the
you gotta pick a
sideline
side.
and call it how you see
Hell
it.
no, absolutely no.
Right.
Anyway, so I think for me, I had been on Drake's side because I felt like Kendrick had lied. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, even though I had felt a way about the way that he went about things, I really liked the album. I liked it. I think it's probably my favorite Kendrick Lamar album to date.
Dope.
For sure. Yeah, I really liked it. It's just super West Coast, super.
Yeah. Nah, he definitely. I think the dope thing about Kendrick is that I think he's using this opportune time where everybody's talking about him to kind of put on for the next generation. Nadia, what you think, man? Did you get a chance to peep it?
So I listened to a couple songs on there. Yeah, shout out to Peso. He has Peso on there, man.
Okay.
Peso.
Oh, Young and Cat, right? Yeah, he's on.
Guarantee. He's from the West Coast too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah. So here's a crazy thing. I think producer T-Rab over here, he hit me with it. And it was funny because he sent me a YouTube video. I see it. First thing I thought about when I saw the GNX is I thought about Menace to Society. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember the scene in the movie when O-Dog and Kane and then MC8, they was ready to do that drive-by. Mm-hmm. So I immediately thought of that shit when I saw the car. Then this motherfucker called me and he was like, yo, he's got the album out. And he hangs up on me. Oh, shit. So it took me a while to get to it. But, yeah, I think it's super West Coast, man.
Yeah.
I love that. Yo, LA had a great year this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dodgers won the World Series. I'm still upset about that shit, but whatever. Dodgers won the World Series. Kendrick put on for the town. Biggest record in the world. And then he's using that, opportunity now to put on for the West Coast. So, one other thing I really liked about the album is that, did y'all see the video for Squabble Up?
Yeah. Oh, I like that video.
That video's hard, right?
Yeah, I really like it. Oh. He's just in the room, but the whole vibe,
the imagery that he,
the song got played out just the beginning, right? Like put on social media. I do social media on the side, and so I'm always on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And so I heard the song, just the intro, so much that it felt like, I was already almost tired of hearing it. And then the whole song came out, and I'm like, damn, it's fire. Like, you get to hear the whole thing. Like, damn, hell yeah.
The thing for me was when I first listened to the album, and me personally, I'm a guy who's really big on album structure, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of want to know, like, I want your intro to hit. You feel me? Like, I want that intro to set the tone, and that's exactly what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, he set the tone off. Then you get into the Squabble Up record. We heard that snippet before. And then he's got the record with SZA, the Luther record, which is a crazy sample, right? Then you kind of get into this West Coast shit, and he really, 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 the sound, sonically, this album is something special. You know what I mean? So, the album's super dope. The imagery for me with Kendrick is so much because everything this guy does, bro, it's intentional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in the Squabble Up video when he got the Ice-T, what was that, the power cover? Yeah. Then he had the Bloods, right? Then he had the Rosary, right? Him sitting down with the Rosary. It's just like the things that he does is so well thought out that I'm super excited to see what he do next. Now, I heard word is that they got a deluxe coming. Did you hear any rumblings about that?
I did. I heard a couple conspiracies that there was some, like, I don't even remember, bro. But it was like on Instagram. I heard some.
They got all them conspiracies.
It was like,
there.
Oh, he said this and alluded to this, so that definitely means there's some more shit coming, and he's definitely got a deluxe version on the way or some shit. So, I mean, who knows? I don't know. I think it was smart of him to drop the snippet before that shit got played on social media, and everybody was trying to find the whole song. And when you look for it, it led you back to. This is going to take us into our next topic conversation. But when you search for it, it led you to it took you to Not Like Us, which is interesting, right? So when you like, if you got that shit on your phone that'll let you, it's Shazam or whatever, right? When you play a song, you click the button, it'll listen to the song, it'll tell you which song it is.
Right.
When you play that song, if you Shazam it, it would take you to Not Like Us. It's not part of Not Like, it's not on that song at all. Anyway,
'cause it was unreleased, right?
Right. Which is, that's an interesting point. But People were trying to find a song all over, couldn't find a song, and then now it came out and it's a banger, you know. So that was smart. But yeah, he's definitely a smart dude.
Did the
definitely
credits
intentional.
leak? Did they got the credits on Apple Music? Because I know the lyrics is there. Like I know you can go. Because here's the thing about a lot of these artists, bro. I don't know if you ever noticed, especially with the big artists, right? When an album drop, sometimes you don't get the credits right away. You can guess and like, yo, this guy produced this. Like when Kendrick's album first came out, I didn't know who none of these features were. Yeah. I didn't know Lucky. What's his name? Lefty Gunplay.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was on a project until later when the album, marinated for a minute. They put the features up and everything. Okay, so who did the Squabble Up beat? Who's the producer on that?
Production and look right here.
Soundwave? Wow.
Soundwave did like most of the album, if I'm not mistaken.
So, and that's an interesting thing because I think that the Kendrick album to me just sonically sounded so safe to the West Coast. Like I never really heard a Kendrick album sonically that felt that strong. You feel me? Lyrically, it ain't usually what he does. What was the thing you mentioned to me in the video, the Kendrick for Dummies?
It's literally Kendrick for Dummies.
Kendrick for Dummies.
It's a dumbed down Kendrick album.
Okay, I like that shit. Nah, I mean
This album you like?
Oh, I love it.
That's what our this album is a Kendrick for Dummies album.
Yeah.
I just said it's my favorite album. Motherfucker.
Hey man, if the shoe fits, bro.
Shit, I like Damn. I like To Pimp a Butterfly. I like ADHD.
You know what's
I like
crazy?
Damn's hard.
Yo,
Bro.
so
that's a dope album,
let me tell
for
you,
sure.
Damn is really well put together because Damn obviously tells that story from front to back.
You gotta play it backwards, you know, right?
if you play it
that
backwards,
one's not for dumb. I figured that out.
But no. To my point of that, I do think Damn is kind of, it's not like this for dummies, but it's definitely dumbed down in comparison to like Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah,
you feel me?
all right.
So
you talking about like the bar work? That's kind of dumbed down a little bit.
Yeah, like just in general, like it's you can.
It's more of a vibe than some shit you listen to and try and catch. Like, oh, did you hear what he just said? It's more like some shit that you could play in the car and like vibe to, right? You don't necessarily smoke
Absolutely.
a blunt and listen to it and be like, God damn. You know, To Pimp a Butterfly, I think is more like some shit that like he was
deep.
really in his bag, right? Like
it ain't surface level rap.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's the thing is I think this Kendrick album, it's I wouldn't say it's super surface level rap, but it's kind of at that point where you could just throw it in, vibe with it.
It's sonically pleasing.
Right.
That's what most people want, though.
Yeah. Well, I think Kendrick hasn't really. I don't think he's mastered that just yet. Like I think he's really mastered the big Thanksgiving. I think we're talking about Thanksgiving. Like when you get a Kendrick album, it's a full course meal. Like, you gotta take your time. You feel me? Like you can't just off one listen get a vibe for the Kendrick album. Like you gotta sit there and let that shit marinate. You know what I mean? This album is like it's sticky. You know what's funny is I was talking to somebody this week about it. It reminds me of Pusha's last album. It's Almost Dry, where the beats are so sticky and the hooks are like they're catchy. You feel me? Like you hear a hook, like Squabble Up, boom.
That's
it's
interesting.
simple, but it catches with you. You know what I mean? And then the beat just rings. So
I never heard a Pusha T album that stuck with me. Never
you
liked
should
one.
Definitely, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I understand now
Sticky
because
isn't the word I would use for
you
Pusha
talk about
T.
that Drake shit, which we'll get into, right?
Yeah,
You have some shit on Drake. I guess before we jump in the next topic, you said possibly, I guess there's rumblings that there is a deluxe, right? So you mentioned a theory to me that was interesting, right? So you was telling me about in the video, everything with Kendrick is obviously a fucking Easter egg, but the Compton Christmas party, right? Is what day is that? 13th of December. So maybe he drops something around December 13th?
Yeah.
Possibly.
And then you have the heart, that whole theory. He drops the heart and then he drops the album. So,
Oh, yeah, that's right, because he usually
the
drops
heart
a
on this one.
heart before the album.
right.
Somebody pointed out to me, I think I saw it on Instagram, so he has a couple of different images in the video that allude to a double album. So the Nate Dogg album was a double disc.
Mm-hmm. And that's the one that's hanging.
Right.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
what was
yeah.
that album called? Can't remember, but the Nate Dogg album was a double. The backdrop of the album is from the Roots, Things Fall Apart album, which is a double album.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another couple of like Easter eggs in there that
The Ice-T album was a double album, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so. Maybe.
But the other thing too is that video, that snippet, that minute,
Oh yeah, it's not even on the album.
It's not on the album, but he has 2 GNXs in the video.
Oh, see, that's why I love the internet, bro. They be doing all that homework for me.
Bro, they do so much.
That's
Yo,
what I'm saying,
so
bro.
my-
It's not like
yo,
straightforward. It's not
my-
like some shit like, why not just tell me, bro?
Right. Nah, but I think that's what makes it exciting, man. There hasn't been a hip hop artist to kind of Easter egg it. You know, I fucks with that shit. My wife was actually, she was showing me some shit on Thanksgiving about that too. She was like, "Yo, listen to this fucking theory," and I'm like, I'm a hip hop guy, so like I understand it. I'm not sure if that's what Kendrick's doing, but just the fact we talking about it is, that's the point, right?
Yeah.
Talk about it, it goes viral. You go listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, a lot of the shit that he does, he has like a meaning behind it.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know
meaning
what I'm
behind it. Yeah, I mean, you look at his first album, bro. It's a movie. It's an audio movie.
Yep.
Billboard. I think they did the 100 best albums of all time, and this fucking guy was in the top 10. That's crazy. And he's a Pulitzer Prize winning guy. Like, he's just deep. You feel me? He's deep. So
Didn't he have 2?
I fucks with it. Huh?
Didn't he have like 2 of them in the top 10?
I don't think he had 2. I just think he had 1. Good Kid, Mad City. Pimp a Butterfly was probably in there at some point, but I don't think it was top 10. But yeah, man, shout to Kendrick, man. I don't think he's with TDE anymore, but PG Lang, man, them guys they're doing a lot of great work up there, especially with the visuals and the videos and whatever that fucking trailer snippet was in the beginning of the shit you sent me. Where is that song?
That's coming.
It's on the deluxe.
Shit.
Oh, wait for that shit.
We're gonna be streaming like a motherfucker. All right, and that leads to the next topic. So let's talk about this.
You
Yeah.
Shazam the intro. Probably not anymore, but when you would Shazam Squabble Up and before the album drop, it would tell you that the song was not like us. It would bring it up and then it would lead you to Apple Music so you could play it, you could stream it or whatever, right?
Right.
So our next topic is the Drake lawsuit, right? So Drake filed a lawsuit through his LLC. Actually filed 2. His first one was through the LLC in New York against Universal Music Group and Spotify because he's accusing them of artificially inflating the streaming numbers for Not Like Us, right? And some of the accusations are similar to that, right? So for me, I experienced that where you Shazam a song and it would take you to Not Like Us, but apparently there was an issue where if you ask Siri to stream Certified Lover Boy, it would stream Not Like Us, right?
Yeah, I saw
because
that in
the
the
song
complaint,
says
yeah.
Certified Pedophile, right? Yes.
Right.
And so it was taking users to that.
Okay.
I didn't experience that, but things of that nature are in this this lawsuit, right? And like I said, he filed one in New York. He filed one in Texas. I think where he lives, where his property's at in there. Anyway,
H-Town now, right?
yeah. Anyway,
Oh, sidebar. Have you guys been to Houston at all? Yo, go to Tro Burgers. I swear to God, yo, Bun B got his
Bun
own
B spot,
bro.
Yeah.
I heard that shit.
That
too.
place is, bro.
I heard it's
that
fire.
place is insanely good, bro. Shout to Bun B. That shit is.
Yeah.
That Tro Burgers is fire, bro.
Yeah, I heard it was
You go to
fire, bro.
Houston, take a pit stop over there.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
man,
go
I
ahead.
was gonna fly over there to Houston not too long ago to do a video with one of the artists down there. His name GT Garza.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, man, he's kind of a big deal down there.
Okay, dope. Yeah. Shout out to Houston, man. Houston
Yeah,
got a
man.
lot of great artists there. So, okay, so he filed out of
Absolutely.
Houston.
Yeah, for sure. Anyhow, yeah, he filed his lawsuits and he's accusing them of working to inflate the numbers, right? Which works against him in more than one way, right? Takes money out of his pocket.
Right.
People trying to stream his music, they can't get to his music.
Right.
People are being directed to the song, whether it's through those types of nefarious means, right? Where the Universal Music Group and Spotify are trying to circumvent, the regular ways of finding music and moving people to that song, or just flat out paying DJs to play
Right.
the music, which apparently is against the law. I would have thought payola. I didn't know nothing about that till I read the complaint, but apparently that's been an issue and against the law since the 30s or something like that.
Yeah.
which is crazy because to me it would make sense. It was like, hey, I got this dude, right? You know, he's my people. I'm trying to put him on, right? Here's some money, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Nah, it's against the law.
absolutely, bro. That shit is wild.
Man.
Anyway, I mean, it makes sense. Excuse me, it makes sense because it makes an even playing field for everybody. But, I mean, that shit is happening, bro. They're paying, and it was all over. Man. Almost 1 billion streams. Is like. Since it dropped, it's almost 1 billion. It's just shy of 1 billion streams at this point. It's like 900 and
not
some
like us, you talking about.
Million. Yeah. Not
so
like us,
I had read that. It's not a lawsuit, but it's a petition for them to gain evidence. Because I think in the state of New York, you have the ability to do kind of a pre.
I think you're right.
Pre something to.
He's trying to file a civil RICO. Is what this says.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's trying to file civil. So they're trying to gain evidence. That's right. That's what I did read.
Yeah, they're trying to gain it. Now I heard his excuse as to why, which we'll get into in a minute.
Whose excuse?
Well, Drake basically said the reason that he's doing it, which I think is bullshit. We'll get into that momentarily.
Interesting.
But it's important that look. First and foremost, do you have any thoughts on it in general? Like what do you think? Do you think this is a fucking good move for Drake? Do you think this is fucking a bad move for him?
Look,
like, what do you think as a Drake fan?
I feel like calling this man a pedophile is way out of bounds, bro. That's
I mean,
way out of bounds, bro.
Okay.
You know, like without any like evidence, right? Like following young athletes on social media isn't necessarily something that I would do, right? But I'm not Drake. I'm not an international celebrity. You know what I'm saying? And like giving somebody a look that they wouldn't get anywhere else is something that he's known for, right? Puts rappers on, puts athletes. He was
he's a mega star.
Yeah, he was going to Zion's games when Zion was still playing high school, right? Like showing love like that. And it wasn't just to young ladies, right? It was young men. It was athlete. Anybody that had something that they were doing, right? They were putting on, bro. He was supporting them in a big way. And I think, to call somebody out their name like that, bro, like, ooh, that's horrible, bro.
Idea, what you think? You a rapper, you an aspiring artist. Like, what do you think about the situation from your vantage point?
Man, if he plays that song at the Super Bowl,
it's a rap.
Man, it's a rap. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what he's trying to avoid.
It's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. Well, some people were saying, it's funny you bring that up because I was reading a lot of. So I'm an interesting character, all right, because I don't read the comments on social media. Because a lot of people sometimes, they pick sides. They don't know the whole story. And we don't really know the full story either. We just know what's in the complaint. But a lot of people who don't know what the fuck they talking about control the narrative via the comments, right? Yeah. But I remember seeing this shit. It was like, Drake's doing this to stop him from performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. I don't believe that. He's gonna play regardless. It's the #1 record in the fucking world. Yeah. It literally took 2024 by storm.
Cheated. Because he cheated, bro.
I mean, listen, bro.
It's because he cheated. That's what we're talking about.
Let's
We're literally
talk
talking
about
about.
So
I
to
experienced
me-
this firsthand, and I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that possibility, but it took you back to that song.
Yeah.
It wasn't part of that song.
I mean, listen, I think, okay.
If you Shazam any other song and it doesn't know the song, it'll tell you it don't know it.
You don't know it.
It'll just say that it can't find a song.
That happened to me the other day with a shout to DJ Technician. He was on Rock the Bells the other day, and he was playing this Method Man record. It gotta be new. But
Yeah.
Shazam, like, what the fuck is this Method Man record?
Absolutely, bro. Yes.
I got the
I'm
exclusive.
surprised it didn't take you to Not Like Us.
Stop
Cheating
it.
ass motherfucker. Yeah, bro.
So here's my thing, right? So here's my whole take on this shit, right? So I've been in the industry for a long time, and this streaming shit is very new to independent guys like me because when you work for the largest distributor of independent music, there's a lot of things you don't know until you're in the field, right? Yeah. So do I think it's a possibility that Shazam could have been diverted? It's possible. I've had situations where my wife will tell Siri, she don't know the name of the artist, she don't know the name of the song, but she'll say, 3-4 words from the the record, and then boom, it takes you to the record, right? So could it be that, hey, I want you to play Drake, Certified Lover Boy, and maybe it pulls up Not Like Us because he's saying Certified Lover Boy. Maybe it's catching the lyrics. We won't know what Shazam's way of getting the music back to the consumer because they're not going to give us that information. So there could be some credence to that. There could very well be. Here's my fucking issue with it, bro. Here's my fucking issue with it. This is battle rap. This is hip hop. So from a culture standpoint, what are we really doing?
Excuse me.
Drake has been a top tier artist for a very long time.
Yeah.
And well deservingly. We know Drake is great at what he does, right? Whether it be the R&B route, the hip hop route. Drake is a star. He's an incredible artist. He up there with it. You're on a perch up here that no one can get to. You're the only one up here. Don't come down here and try to set the rules up. I'll give you an example. We'll go back to Pusha T real quick. When Push dropped, what was the record? And maybe you know, I can't remember. And I don't remember the Push record either, the name of it. But what was the first record that Drake dissed Pusha on? When he talked about his wife. Do you remember the name of the record?
That was at
Dub. It wasn't Duppy.
Duppy. Okay. So we're going to take you back in time for a minute. He drops Duppy. Name drops his wife. Push Sees Red drops the story of Adnan, right? Which arguably is probably one of the greatest diss records of all time. Top 10. That motherfucker went crazy. Drake then proceeds to go on Elliot Wilson's podcast and say, yo, you talked about 40 having MS. That's crazy to me. Like, you went too far. My guy, you are up here making billions and millions and trillions of dollars doing what you do. You can't come back down to the culture and tell us what the rules are. There is no rules to warfare, my guy. So that's number one. This is example one with Drake. Now come the second example. You have your spat with Kendrick. We talked up, me and Tim talked about it here. He was sitting over here. So we talked about the Kendrick battle for a little bit. Drake underestimated Kendrick lyrically, and he lost the battle. He just lost. It is what it is, bro. It's all good. Drake is still Drake. Drake's going to be all right. I feel like him doing this move, it's making him look like a certified hoe, to be honest. Because you can't, don't sit here and tell us, the general public, that you're doing this for independent artists. I don't know if you read the complaint in full. Did you get a chance to read it all?
The first one, not the second one.
Oh, okay.
I didn't read the second one.
I didn't read the second one, but I read the first one when it came. There's language in that specific document that Drake is accusing Spotify of cutting their rate 30% to give to Kendrick. Like, do we not think that doesn't happen to all kinds of artists? Fucking UMG is in bed with Spotify. They have ownership of Spotify. So if Drake has a problem with it, cool. Go down this path, do what you do. But don't act like you didn't get that preferential treatment as well when you was on your shit. Don't tell me you got a 30, like you didn't get a 30% cut, because you did. It's Trumpian to me. Remember when Trump was like, yo, the election was rigged because I didn't win. I know what they're doing because I did it. But because I didn't win, y'all motherfuckers is at fault. Nah, I mean, he didn't say that specifically, but you catch my drift. You put down what I'm picking. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
A little bit.
But my whole issue is that this is hip hop. And if UMG is doing this to Kendrick or with Kendrick, for whatever reason, you did the same thing as well, Drake. And you might have affected another artist underneath you. So I don't like the narrative that's being spun now by Drake and his team to say, hey, we're doing this for the independent artists. We're doing this to help the culture and the industry out. No, you're not. You didn't give a fuck 5 years ago when it was happening.
Yeah.
Right? So to me, I think it's making him, it's painting him in a worse picture than what he was before.
I think everybody who's got an opinion on Drake already has an opinion on Drake. Like, the people that like Drake really fuck with Drake. The people that don't fuck with him at all. And at this point, everybody knows Drake is not gonna punch Kendrick Lamar in the face. Everybody knows he's not gonna see him and do what a grown man should do if somebody calls him a pedophile and fuck him up, right? We all know that's not gonna happen. Hold on. If you like Drake, right, You don't
I get it.
Him
I get
doing this doesn't necessarily sway your opinion. Like, oh, fucking Drake's a bitch because he's filing this thing in court. No, people who like Drake don't give a damn. They're like,
Right.
yeah, file that shit.
File that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
No. There's a lot of truth to that, and I think that's why I'm so disappointed in it because I truly don't think from, Drake is way up here.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's a pop star. Like Kendrick's culture. So it's like, let's be real. The gap between Kendrick and Drake from a popularity standpoint is so far, right? And it's creeping up now, I think, and Drake is upset about it.
I mean, you just said, Kendrick Lamar has an album in the top 100. He's a Pulitzer Prize winner and all that shit, bro. Like, this dude is not unknown. He's not an innocent bystander, bro.
A level of a Drake.
You know what I'm
let's
saying?
be real. Drake drops a record with an unknown.
Drake is doing what
it's
Drake
gold.
knows how to do when somebody called him a pedophile, bro.
Sue his ass?
I'm telling you, right,
Pick up the mic, my nigga. Like,
bro,
come on.
I'm telling he can't do that though.
Why though?
Because he lost already, bro. What are you gonna do? It's like have you seen that one interview? It's a little kid and he's sitting there talking to what's his name? Rampage, right? He's having an interview with Rampage Jackson, right?
Okay.
And he's like, "Hey, what would you do? Do you think Bones Jones could beat you with a, he's like, what would you do if Bones Jones shot you or something like that?" And he's like, "Oh, Bones Jones shot me." He's like, "I'd kill him." And the kid's like, "Well, how would you kill him with no weapon?" He's like, "You couldn't even beat him in a MMA fight." He's like, "He already beat you up." And that's at the end of the day. Like when these fools go in the ring and they beat each other up, right? Like you can't beat Bones Jones up. Like you already know that. What else are you gonna do? Drake he's not gonna do it again. He's already exhausted all of his options, and at this point, this is all he has left because he won't get physical, right?
Right. But why does it gotta go down that path, though?
If somebody called you a pedophile, it's hands on, right? Immediately, right? No questions asked, right? There's several phrases that you cannot say to a grown man without this
without repercussions.
A certain grown man, right? Taking flight, right? Absolutely. Drake's not that. So he's doing what he can. All he knows how to do at this point is this. This is it. This is all he has left. He can't fight. He's not gonna fight. He can't out rap Kendrick. He already tried. Right. And this is coming from somebody who really fucks with Drake. I like Drake a lot.
That's why I love this conversation because I know you.
But he can't do none of that. This is his only option at this point, right? We're gonna go to court about this. We're gonna go to court behind this. That's it. And once it's done, if he wins, it'll all be behind him. People forget about it. Drake will drop an album in the summertime, and nobody will even remember that he sued this fool.
That's my angle. Is like you don't need to go down this path because what is hurting is it's hurting your.
Oh yeah,
I think it's hurting your image within the culture.
You're filing a civil RICO in the complaint that you read. It says in there,
like you're literally being a Karen.
Yes, absolutely. You definitely dumbed it down. Yes, bro. He's us.
You
dog.
call me a pedophile.
Nobody's calling this fool a snitch, and it literally says that he's trying to file a civil RICO, not a citizen's arrest, civil RICO,
That's
bro.
Insane, bro.
This private citizen is trying to be like, y'all are.
Now
A gang.
Word?
I don't know. It's in there. Read the second complaint, the one that's filed in Texas. Yes, it's in there. It talks about how he's trying to gain evidence for the RICO.
Here's the crazy thing to me. Like, I come from hip hop. I'm a student of the game. I've been around this shit for a long time. I've seen battles. Like, I've seen street battles go around, like battle raps. Like, I remember when Math Hoffa smacked the shit out of the dude. Like, man, because I'm still he smacked somebody in a battle.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, on you. Yes.
Oh, bro,
I've
seen things like that.
That's
you know
a throwback.
And I get it. Like, I understand there's a manhood thing to it. Like, you call me out my manhood, let's fight. But then I also, for me, it's the competitive side. Like, yo, pick the pen up, right? Rest in peace, my mentor, DJ K. Slay. He was one of those guys, when 50 and Kiss were going at it during, the height of the G-Unit thing. It was always yo, once y'all get your shit out, y'all gonna come together and y'all gonna shake hands and we gonna keep this shit hip-hop, no violence, you feel me? So I was hoping that when this battle came, because arguably, this Drake versus Kendrick battle it might be the greatest fucking battle we've ever seen before, right? From a numbers perspective, from a skill perspective, all of these things, it's the fucking grandest of the grandest, right? But I always wanted and I always felt from the culture standpoint, you pick the mic up, you do your thing, take your L, go away for a little while, right? Come back, Drake, you good. You're gonna drop, whatever you're gonna drop, and people are gonna love you because you have that aura with people. You have that it factor with people, right? Like not anybody can take an L from a battle and just come back. But now I'm at a point where I don't think he's gonna come back from this, my G.
I think the problem is he called him a pedophile, bro. I think you're just skating over
Battle
that.
rap, but
You're just skating over that like it ain't a big.
man,
bro,
that is a big thing.
everybody in the world is yelling that shit out in the club. Certified pedophile. Bro, I'll kill you, bro.
So that's kind of like
bro. Yeah, no.
So let me ask you,
homie.
this, right? Like,
no,
I get it, but like, when do we turn it from the battle to crossing over to? So this second lawsuit, from what I had read, I just read the article, that it's more of like Universal's basically responding and saying, hey, if you have a problem with this, you need to be suing Kendrick.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
But hold that thought. If Kendrick defamed Drake, didn't Drake do the same thing with Kendrick and his wife? Like, couldn't Kendrick's wife do the same thing technically?
But Kendrick really hit her, right?
We don't know that.
Really socked her up. I mean, there was a news article. You could find a news clip of it, right?
Did that really happen though?
You could find a news clip.
Did it happen?
I mean, I'm pretty sure if we go looking, you could
But
find
like,
the news clip.
did Drake really touch somebody? Did he touch
And
a child?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
How do we know it happened?
Let me tell you something, bro. If I got on social media, right? If I had the platform that Drake has, and I got on social media, and I said, Vinny hit his wife,
right,
at the hotel room in Las Vegas, she wouldn't immediately stand up the next day, that day, and be like, that never happened, bro. That never happened. That never happened. They're dancing in a music video together, bro. She went as far as to put the kids in the music video and to dance together, but she never said, he didn't hit me. You're tripping, bro. She would have said, if he didn't hit her, she would have said it. She would have been like, nah, that never happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she would have said something, bro.
That's where I can't vibe with it either, because it's like, bro, like, okay, let's take it back to Jay and Nas, right? When Jay and Nas was at the height, bro.
Yo.
Bro, I mean, Jay said a lot of shit about Nas that might have not been true. I mean, he said he banged his baby mother, but did he really skeet on a baby seat? Like, if we're gonna get technical,
that's crazy.
I don't know.
Was he really doing Tybo?
Right. I think Jay did Tybo, because I do remember seeing a video of Jay doing some type of action. I do remember that.
No.
I'm a fan, bro. I remember seeing a video
know that.
like
My
that.
God,
you know
bro.
what? I think it was an MTV. Remember when they used to do MTV Diaries? You remember that? Do you remember that?
No.
No. Bro, so MTV used to do these specials, right? It's like a 30-minute joint, right? Where they would walk with an artist through like they date.
Yeah.
And I swear, bro, I could have seen Jay in the gym with gloves doing some type of Tybo shit. That might be true. I haven't seen the video. But what the message I'm trying to convey, though, bro, is that in battle rap, shit gets blown out of, like, it's battle rap. Like, no Vaseline. Like, there's so many examples of things that have been said by rappers to other rappers that might have not been true. Like, did Eazy-E really get fucked by Jerry Heller? I don't know.
But
right, so what does it matter? It's battle rap, my G.
Yeah, but
that's
for me,
my issue with it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying.
Drake,
I understand that. But
if
I feel
Drake
like
feels some way about it, which obviously he's heard about it, and I get it. Like, this was detrimental. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When this battle first started, I don't know if I told you, but I remember when the battle first started, and I heard push-ups. So, we heard like that, right?
Yes.
Then we heard push-ups. I'm like, we got a battle on our hands. I was excited. I'm like, yo, Drake, let's go, because I know what Drake can do. And then I think when it got personal, because Drake uses that same formula in battle rap, his angle is to talk about the wife, to the girlfriend. He did that shit with Push. Push fucking burned him. And then he did the same shit with Joe Budden. And I want to bring up a point about Joe Budden. When Joe and Drake were having their issues, fucking Drake did the same thing to Joe. I think he was saying, yo, you beat Sin or whoever he was dating at the time. So Drake keeps using this angle and it backfires. So Drake, take your L. You got your ass kicked. Go sit down in some Caribbean island, regroup, go away for a little while. Come back, you're going to be all right. But he keeps pressing it. And I think I saw something, too, that Not Like Us is up for over 450% since the lawsuit hit.
I was just going to say,
driving more attention to it.
Reading the petition, in going through the petition and going through the summarized versions and reading through all of this information to have this conversation with you today, I was led to the song 3-4 times. I was led to the video several times. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
all these people going, like, it's just restarting. That is true for sure.
Do you
Absolutely.
okay, so minus the Drake battle side, like I think we're all in unison that, you know, he took the L. He needs to take the L. He needs to go home and regroup. He needs to figure his shit out. I'm going to come back to that point in a minute because I'm going to tell you why he's not going away. And I'm going to tell you why there's so much at stake for him because he brings in the fucking money to UMG. He can't just go away, bro. He's got to figure something out. But do you think that UMG conspired, Universal Music Group conspired with Kendrick to make this song what it is now? Or do you think this is just the record, this is the timing, this is just what happens when you have a great record, you have good timing, and you put out something that culturally shifts the world, bro?
I'm not.
Do you think bots were driven towards?
Yeah. I absolutely think there has
Every
to be.
artist
There was
has
some
bots.
sort of manipulation. I don't think. I'm not to discredit Kendrick Lamar is great. I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not to discredit any of but I definitely think in this instance, yeah, absolutely.
So,
I
so a
think
lot
there's
of
definitely
people
some
online
manipulation.
were talking about how, like, you know, Drake was renegotiating or in the process of renegotiating, and this is a tactic from UMG to not
Lower
give him the
his
money
value.
he's looking.
Right. Absolutely.
Which, you know, look, Drake said, what the fuck is this, a 20v1? I mean, a lot of people were going at him at a very interesting time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So could there be truth to that credence? Possibly, right? But a lot of people online were talking like, hey, look, I'm at a stage now where it's like everyone's coming after Drake. See, that's bullshit. Stop it. Who said that? The internet saying that shit?
Michael Jackson, how they
Bro,
killed him
get the
because he was
fuck-
trying to get his
I mean,
masters, or he was trying to get his.
That's true.
Yeah.
But there is Drake or someone trying to defend Drake like
No,
that?
not like that, but like they're just saying like there's similarities. Saying, like,
Get
yo,
the
you
fuck
know,
I read that. I heard the same.
That's insane.
I saw the same thing. Anytime I say I read that, I usually mean I saw it on Instagram or TikTok. I didn't read shit. I seen it.
I seen a post.
Yes.
I seen a post. Nah, but I mean, listen, I truly believe, disclaimer, you could agree with me or not, I believe that they killed Michael Jackson. And if you see what's happening now with his estate and all the publishing he had, they're selling it
He
now.
said before, he's
They
like, they're
knew-
trying to kill me.
Right.
LaToya Jackson,
Yeah.
she said that he told her
Yeah.
that they were trying to kill him.
Absolutely.
Like, they're going to kill me.
He had that much power.
And he died.
Right. He owned so much music. I can't remember the percentage, and motherfuckers want to fact check, but I know he owned
The
so
Beatles
much
catalog?
He owned the Beatles, but he also owned all of Sony BMG, my guy.
Who
So
has it
any-
now? Who owns it now?
His family's selling it back to fucking Sony, bro. That's why they killed that motherfucker, bro. So that if I hope they're not trying to go like Drake, stop. His people, his fans, like, yo, you gotta stop it, bro. Like, take the L. It's all good, my G. You'll be back. But what I want to ask you though is there bots potentially being driven? I'm gonna tell y'all now. Every artist that you see at the top, whether it would have been Migos, Drake, Kendrick, there's some sort of bots out there. That's
Yeah.
how this shit goes.
Absolutely.
These numbers are so inflated. And the crazy thing is that Spotify is in bed with these distributors. And to me, that is insane, my guy. How were you that has to be illegal. Like, there has to be some form of that not being, like, that's not right.
The NFL plays DraftKings commercials, bro. It's the same thing.
They're controlling the
People
narrative.
only
That's
want
what it
money,
is.
That's
bro.
insane, my
Everybody's
guy. Like,
everybody's
I know.
about trying to get some paper.
It's all
bro.
about the stock
No,
market.
that
It's all
nobody cares
about-
about how it looks or the morals anymore.
That's
If they can get some
insane
paper,
to me,
that's all they
bro.
want, bro.
So, I mean, on a positive, so, you know, let's talk about the positive and potentially the negative, right? Can the positive be that I feel the industry needs to be shaken up? And I think this is a lesson to independent artists that build your relationships, get in with the DJs. Let's go to you, 98. Like, build your relationship with DJs
Yeah.
locally in your region. Build good relationships with PR people who are in the know with the industry, and try to build your buzz up organically, because the major labels got this shit on a chokehold. They can go deliver 100 million bots on a Migo record. just so you have the perception like, holy shit, this is popular. It might be a terrible song. It might not be what you're looking for. But remember, perception is reality. If Drake's got 1 billion streams, he's got to be number one. You feel me? And I think that in this day and age where everything is smoke and mirrors, we gotta cut through the bullshit and realize, hey, these guys at UMG, these guys at these major labels, they are controlling the narrative.
Yeah.
And there's so much money at stake, as you mentioned. There is no more. Like, the artist is literally getting the shit end of the stick.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mentioned it earlier. Drake was saying, yo, I'm doing this for... Someone in his camp put out a statement or something. They was like, yo, why is Drake doing this? And Drake basically said, oh, I'm doing this for the independent artist or the people coming, because this isn't fair. And it's like, my guy, like, with all due respect, we love you up here, bro. Like, yo, stay up there. Don't be coming down here trying to help, because you could have done that shit when Scorpion dropped. I remember when Scorpion came out, that shit was everywhere. This guy was on, like, gospel playlists. You feel me? Like, you use the same tactics that Kendrick is using currently. And at the end of the day, don't cry foul when someone plays the game better than you. That's my point. It's like I said earlier, it reminds me of Donald Trump, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you lost, my G. Like, keep it moving. Go back home. Think about what happened. That's what happens with us, right? When we fuck up, right? What happens? We go home, we ponder about it, we sit and think and say, yo, how can I execute better next time?
I'll go home and think about revenge. Fuck that, bro.
Being called a pedophile, bro. God damn,
bro. I'm telling you, bro. That's the shit that you just can't.
I got another question for you, though, too, because you're an artist, right? So, like, on your come up, right? Because I want to talk a little about your project here in a minute.
Yeah.
And I know we got another topic I want to touch on, which is important to me, which is the Shyne documentary. When you started rapping, like, first and foremost, when did you start writing raps? How old were you?
Man, I was young, you know what I'm saying? I just used to sketch it out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just really trying to put it together and just freestyling with the homies, you know what I'm saying? And then I really started recording, I'll say probably about 5-6 years ago whenever I found a good
did you
spot
come
in my
up
life.
Did you come up battling people? Like, did you run up on
nah,
like, yo,
man,
I
I wouldn't
battle
be
you,
able to
man?
battle somebody, man.
So you didn't come up from that circuit. So
I have a short
your
temper,
credence is kind of more for him is like, yo, if someone calls you out, you gonna take it to the street.
Yeah, man, because if somebody
You ain't gonna pick the pen up and rap if it's another artist.
See, the thing is, man, like, when somebody calls you out of your name, I don't know if it's like that in New York, but down here in New Mexico, man, like if somebody calls you a bitch or a pussy or something.
Look, bro, let me tell you, don't act like the street rules don't apply to motherfuckers in New York. But I'm
yeah,
just
well,
saying,
it's a little
like,
bit different in every hood.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
I get you, but my whole thing is that, and this whole conversation is about what's the difference between going the Karen route and complaining, or saying, yo, I'm in this hip hop culture.
Yeah.
Let's keep the peace, no violence. Let me put that shit on wax.
Folks,
Keep it on wax.
Folks understand hip hop better in New York. I think is the thing is like hip hop has these guidelines. It's like the birthplace of hip hop and what hip hop is about and all that. And all people know in Albuquerque is fight you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
real shit.
No,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
like that in New York,
people,
too.
and I'm not proud. That's not something I'm proud of, right?
Right.
New York, our Albuquerque's like
Is what it is.
far behind in, you know,
Right.
schools and all that. That's where I'm raising my kids at.
everything.
This is not something that, you know, I wish I could. I love my city, but I wish I could take my kids out of here.
Right.
But I think that you know, when you're rapping in New York, it's like, bro, like that's all understood. And if you it's almost looked down upon by the people that, like, it might be some real hip hop heads in the crowd watching you battle somebody, and if you take something wrong and you swing on somebody, they're gonna look down on you like, oh, you didn't keep it hip hop, or well, you didn't keep, you know, you didn't do your. And over here,
I mean, listen,
I think that's what the difference is, though. It's like hip hop is like well respected and taken super seriously in New York, and out here in Albuquerque, it's just like. Nobody's, I mean, no disrespect. Like, I heard your shit and I like it a lot. But I'm saying, like, nobody's really blown up from here. It's not like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I think it's like that everywhere, though. I think that there are some people who don't look at the culture side and they're like, yo, you call my name out, we gonna fight. Bro, I run Chrome 23 with Remy. We've put on umpteen cards and I've had girls literally rip each other's hair out because there's drama involved with it. So trust me, that comes with the territory. I get that, right? But I thought from that level of these two guys, like, what did Kendrick say on Euphoria? He says, it's a friendly fade. Let's keep it that way, right? So I really thought it was gonna be like that. And again, we could probably debate on who caused what and who decided to take it too far. And is there really a taking too far? In my opinion, is fuck your mother, fuck your grandmother, fuck your kids, fuck your dead uncle. Like, it can go any way because that's hip hop. Like, we battle on wax. If we want to shake hands afterwards, cool. If not, we keep it moving. But trust me, I'm going to be the victor because I'm about to tear you apart.
See, then I think everybody just looks at it a little bit different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. But I wanted to hear your vantage point because, you know, you coming up in the city, I wanted to, like, I know there's a battle circuit out here, and shout to the battle rap guys here in the 505. There's some really good guys here, and I want to ask them about that too. Yeah. So I want to talk with you too since we got you up here as well today. I appreciate you coming through, man, for real. Yeah, 98 Doe in the house, you know what I'm saying, in the building. Talk to me a little bit about, you started rapping when you was young. You're recording 5 years now. You got a project out now called Breathless 2. What made you take it seriously this go around and say, yo, let me put a project out. Let me put this shit out. What, is there something in your life that triggered you to make this change? Like, talk to me about when you started taking it serious and why.
See, music, honestly, is like, that's like therapy to me, you know what I'm saying? So I've been through a lot since the first Breathless dropped. See, the first Breathless, man, that was like 23 songs, you know what I'm saying?
There's a lot. So it was like, a loaded project.
So yeah, this one's only 10, but this one is just like, boom, 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 you know what I'm saying? It really means something.
One thing, so for everybody tuning in now, I met up with you through a mutual friend. Yeah. And you had given me, I heard Breathless 1. Actually, pardon me, I saw one of your videos. You actually sent me a video. And I was impressed by not only the visual, but I was impressed with the skill side. When I heard this new project, you reached out to me like, yo, Tunecore, you know, we work together. We got some plans in motion for your release. And one thing I noticed immediately is that you had something to say. Yeah. You went through some shit, right? So things became more real. Yeah. And like you provoked an emotion from me when I listened to it, like, damn, I feel for this guy, right? He going through it. From Breathless 1 to 2, obviously the track listing is way different, but for you, what was the big difference between the two projects as far as the pen? Because you consolidated the project, right? Exactly. What made you focus on the pen more and more? Was it what you was dealing with, or again, was it something else that you were planning to do?
Man, I was just in my zone whenever I was making this project, man. It took me probably about like, I'd say 5 months to really put it all together for Breathless 2. There's a lot of things over there on Breathless 1 where I have a lot more like singing in there, more melodies. Right. I got in Breathless 1. Man, this one's just bar work. It's
bars, bro. Nah, like, and to me, that's, you know, that's one thing I love. Like, I was talking to my homie CJ, who was on the podcast last week about, he does the same thing. He does like a lot of melodic work. The hooks are very catchy. He does a lot of choruses. He be singing and shit. And that shit to me is so dope because it shows the musicality of shit, right? Yep. So you showed that on 1. And then number 2, what impressed me is the bar work, because I love the bars, you feel me? And like, you really stepped your game up on the bar work. Who influences you, man? Like, when you go through your day needing to write or need that spark of inspiration, who's some of the artists that you know, really get inspiration from, whether it be a rapper, a musician? Like, who do you draw inspiration from?
It just depends how I'm feeling, man. See, honestly, I listen to country. But other than that, man, like, it's real hip-hop, man. It's like, while Boosie's probably on the top of my list, you know what I'm saying? That's who I really grew up on. Yeah,
shout to Boosie, man. Legend, man.
Yeah, Boosie, Pac, and Nas, Pimp C, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. So, yeah, that's legendary, man. Nah, that's dope because I think we all draw inspiration for something, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what it is. I mean, you could just be a regular guy, you know what I mean, working out or, you know, working a 9 to 5, like whatever inspires you to get up and get on it. Like I used to know this guy. He used to be a construction worker, man, and he would tell me, he'd be like, "Yo, Vinny, I need to hear Jeezy first thing in the morning. Yeah, I need that thug motivation." Because he was like, he came from the street, and he related to that music, but he didn't want to do that shit no more. So that kind of was his fix. He's like, "Yo, I hear that shit. I mean, it get me motivated to do my thing." So, music is really, really important. The other thing I wanted to ask you was, 505, we guys kind of talked a little bit about the scene out here, and you know, I've lived here for quite a while, but I never really understood the hip hop scene, and I'll tell you why. I had a collective that we worked on a lot of projects here in the city. We had a group called 49th ENT, Shout out to my brother J. Dot, Shame Dollars, Roddy Prime. Shout out to DZ. Oh, shout out to DZ. He got a new project up. He gonna come up here soon too. But we were putting our music here, and the crazy thing is that we was giving our music out for free. So we was pressing up our own material, and we was giving out for free. We wasn't really selling it.
Yo.
We wanted people to know who the fuck we were, and we built a buzz. Like, we had a lot of people come through. We had a lot of guest appearances. My homie Shame did a record with Tupac's brother, Mopreem Shakur. Jay did a record with Pap. We had, like, really big records, but the problem is, at least in the city at the time, and I think this was happening a lot in hip-hop, was that it seemed like everyone's against each other. Mm-hmm. Did you feel that here? Like, do you feel that now? Or do you feel like the scene is softened up to where you can build these relationships? Like, right now in your city, what do you think is the things holding the scene back from blowing up and having somebody come from the city and taking that throne?
Well, you did touch on it right there. It seems like
hate.
People are too competitive, so that competitive nature over here turns into hate. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So yeah, there's a lot of artists that work together. A lot of artists, they do tap in with me too, especially since this last project dropped. Man, I got a couple features that I'm gonna put out for these people. But yeah, man,
that's
you
the
touched
biggest
on
thing.
it, man. That's a hate. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because and let me tell you, I mean, it happened. So for me, I seen it from a different angle. Like, I seen it from an industry level. When Pap signed his first deal with Jive Records, he was signed for $1.5 million. Busta Rhymes did a joint venture with DJ K-Slay, and they was shopping Pap around. At the time, he was like the biggest rapper in the city. Nas wanted to sign him, Jay wanted to sign him, Bus wanted to sign him. So they had a bidding war for Pap. And Pap ended up signing with Jive Records. And at the time, they had the Clips, Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, or R. Kelly. The only hip-hop act they had was the Clips. And he signed for them because it was 1.5. But the caveat to his deal is he signed with the owner of the label. The owner of the label's son was like, yo, Dad, this guy Papoose, he's incredible. Listen to this law library. Owner was psyched. Cool, let's sign him. Signed him to 1.5. As soon as we walked in that motherfucking door, all the A&Rs was burying us because we didn't come through them. They didn't find his mixtape on the street and say, yo, let me take this guy to my boss and let me get a part of his budget.
Yeah.
So we started dealing with hate. And at the time, it's interesting because New York was, obviously, we talked about the Mecca of hip-hop, but K-Slay had his artists. And then guess what? DJ Envy had his artists.
Yo.
Shout out to DJ Envy. He on the Breakfast Club, but he had his own set artists. DJ Clue had his own artists. He had Fab. He had Joe. He had Stack. And then DJ Green Lantern had Uncle Murder. So, like, everybody was in competition, and instead of working together, we all started competing with each other, and no one won. You feel me? And it sucks because when I look back on it, that's why I fucks with artists like you from the town, because we need to learn the lesson of where we fucked up.
Yo.
Yeah, we put great music out during that time, but we didn't do nothing. You feel me? Like, we lost deals, we fucked the money up, and then when it got time to actually do something with it, hip-hop moved on. Like, yo, when Pap was getting ready to drop his debut album, that's when them Franchise Boys was popping. The Snap music was big. Like, no one wanted to hear that lyrical shit. We had a segment of audience that was fucking with us, right? But we missed the ball. You feel me? And that's the hate that I think we got to come together, the strength of unity, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully the city can come together and say, oh, this guy's winning. Oh, let me work with him. But it sucks because I think y'all bring up a really, really big point, is that hate is what really divides us. And I think it's even more so nowadays. It's just, it's like me and you, bro. Like, we disagree on, somewhat of the Kendrick and Drake thing, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, we still gonna come together, right? We still gonna have the conversation. We gonna still have respect for each other. We ain't gonna hate on each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it takes a special individual on a leadership standpoint to try to show that.
Yeah.
And I think for you could definitely be the leader. Shout out to my brother Cali Soul. He's a great artist from here who's been on NBC's America's Got Talent. He's had some really, really dope looks. And he's been one of the guys too that's kind of faced the same thing. It's like people in the city hate on you. So he go to LA to try to make something happen. You feel me? So keep pushing, right?
Yeah.
Keep the pen up. keep getting the bar work, start working on different things, start working with different artists, right? Get your range out there, start the melodic shit, right?
Yeah.
Make songs. Because you're gonna be something, bro. You know what I mean? You're gonna make something happen because I think you got the drive, and I think the key thing for you is you have that ability to provoke that emotion. Like when I heard that project, I was like, damn. It took me back to 07, 06 when I was grounded.
Yeah.
It was before, I started doing my thing on the music side. Like I was scrambling to try to find something.
Yeah.
No food in the fridge type thing. You know what I mean? Where the fuck is my next meal gonna come from? Shit, I don't wanna do this illegal shit, but what do I gotta do?
Yeah.
I gotta feed my family, you know what I mean? So I feel the music, and I think Breathless 2 is a dope project, so I wanna make sure everybody streams that, go cops that. You got merch, you got a website.
I got merch right now, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm
shit,
about
what's
to drop
that, man?
this shirt right here. It's Gator Baby, bro.
Okay. What's he sipping on, bro?
He's sitting on something, you know what I'm
Sipping
saying?
on something.
Just-
All right, dope.
I guarantee you. See, that's my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So, see, I grew up in Westgate, man, so we're known as like the Gators, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh,
So-
okay. That's the hood.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So me, ever since a youngin', they've always said, hey, look at the little Gator Baby, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I figure I'll just put it on a
Right.
shirt real quick.
Nah, that's dope, man. That's listen, I think you got the right mind state. Pump the product.
Yeah.
Rep for the hood, right? And then
Yeah.
show the youngins under you, they don't need to go down that path. You feel
Yeah,
me? They can
exactly.
make music. They could fuck, man, even if you out there, working your 9 to 5 doing what you do, right? At the end of the day, we're all trying to do the same thing, right? We're all trying to make money and feed our families, right? So can people cop that shit on your website? Or is this just a protocol right now?
Yeah,
You're
this is
showing
just
it
a
off?
protocol right now,
That's
man.
fire,
I made
man.
the first version of it, you know what I'm saying? And then,
So coming soon.
yeah, that
coming
sold
soon.
out quick, man. So
Dope.
this one's coming out soon,
That's
you know what I'm
fire,
saying? It's an
man.
updated version.
Yo, I need
Yeah.
that shit, man. Yo, give me a hoodie or something, man. Come through next time with some hoodies and some
I got
hats,
you.
man. That's just fire. That
I
shit
got
fire.
you, bro.
Let everybody know where they can find you on your socials.
You can find me on Instagram for the most part. So it's gonna be 98_Doe, DOE. So, so yeah, my YouTube. Go check out. It's called 98 Records. That's a YouTube page, or just type in my name, 98Doe. Should pop right up.
That's dope. Yeah, you got some fire, man. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to work with you, man, because I think a lot of the time when a guy like me who's got the resources that I got and the knowledge that I got, I think there becomes this like guard, and you didn't have no guard coming in. We worked together. We made some things happen, and I'm excited for the future, man. So my platform is your platform. Anytime you got a new project coming up, a single, you come up here, you wrap it up with us, and you got my platform to get your shit off. You feel me?
Hey, yeah, appreciate that, man. You know we're always tapped into.
Nah,
you know
for
what
real.
I'm saying?
We're going to get into a freestyle in a little bit, but I know Grizz had a couple more topics we want to hit on before we get
We
the
got
fuck
one
out of here.
more, and it is the Shyne documentary.
Yes.
on
yes.
Hulu.
Did y'all get a chance to peep that shit?
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I definitely watched parts of it. I love Shyne. I've always liked Shyne since he dropped. Back in like 03. What was it, like 03, 02?
Did you?
Maybe like 01 even. It might even
was
been
before that,
2001.
yeah.
Yeah, actually,
I
I think back, I was in high school. I was a freshman.
I think Sean's first album came out in 2000, if I'm not mistaken.
You're
because
probably right. I remember
remember-
listening to it in 2001 though.
This was before 9/11, and I'll share a crazy story. So I remember this was at my peak of mixtape. I was a mixtape fiend as a kid. When I was growing up, the only way I could get a hold of the music, new music, was either the Napster route,
Yeah.
which was hard. I didn't have a computer. You know what I'm saying? And my mom's was like, I ain't paying for that AOL bullshit, whatever. So I always go to the homie's house, burn my CDs, get my playlist going. But then once I found mixtapes, I was like, I ain't got to burn shit. I'll just get a K-Slave mixtape or a Clue mixtape. And the first record I heard was Bad Boys. And there's actually an uncut version. I don't know if you know this, but there's an uncut version where the hook's complete. The lyrics are different. Like he cleaned that record up, even the dirty version. You know what I'm saying? And I remember hearing, I think it was on a Clue mixtape, and one of the hooks was, the normal version is aim for the sky, cock the shit and shoot. In the XXX version, this motherfucker say, aim for your head, cock this shit and shoot. I fell in love with Sean immediately. I thought he was Biggie reincarnated. You know what I'm saying? He was crazy when he first came out, bro. Then he had that scar. I remember on the back of the album cover, he got shot. He had this big ass scar on his fucking shoulder, and I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, this is tough.
Sean
This
was
is
dope.
tough. Yeah, I liked him a lot ever since he dropped, and I think what happened to him was super unfortunate, right? So like to have all of your potential taken away, you know, and I think it happened in one of the worst ways possible, right? Because it's tragic for somebody to die or to lose their life, and you know that's happened, you know, with athletes and you know young dudes that get signed to the league and then you know get an accident and that's tragic and it's horrible, you know, but if you're gone, right? Like to be behind bars and to know that you had all of this potential and to see your peers or the people you started with or people that weren't even in the game when you got locked up reaching these heights and, you know, hitting these different milestones and getting these accolades that you know that you could have got, you know what I'm saying? While you're just rotting, bro. You're locked up, bro. There's nothing you could do about it. And you know it wasn't even him. The lady said it wasn't him.
Yeah.
The lady said it wasn't him.
The documentary, if y'all haven't seen it, I encourage y'all to check it. It's on Hulu right now. His story is amazing because it not only shows the pitfalls, but it also shows him coming out on the other side. We had him on Rock the Bells a couple weeks ago. Shout to my Rock the Bells family. We had him up there on the Drama Hour, and he verbalized, and I think this is the first interview he's actually verbalized it, but he is the epitome of reform. You know, prison reform. Like someone goes to prison, they come out a completely different person, right? It took him a while to get there, but it's a sad story. But I think it shows people that if you got enough persistence and you know that you're gonna be something, you end up being something. And this guy's gonna be the prime minister of Belize in a couple of years. It's amazing, like it's crazy. So he always wanted to tell his story, right? And he always wanted to make sure that people understood where he was coming from because he grew up. He's an immigrant, right? So his story was he was born in Belize. His mother migrated to Brooklyn. She brought him with him, and he grew up in Brooklyn. He grew up in a hard neighborhood, bro. So he was going through all the street shit we was talking about, right? People hating on you, right? You just trying to come up. The drug dealing, the whole thing, the pitfalls that come with being in those situations. He lived through all of it. Found rap. He's like, yo, I ain't doing this shit no more. I got shot. I'm going to be a rapper. He was an incredible rapper. Shyne was spitting that shit, bro. Yeah. And then boom, the whole Diddy thing happened. What were your thoughts, Grizz, on the whole story about, you know, him taking a fall for Diddy? I
think now that we know, like I think everybody. I mean, when I say everybody, I think the people close to me, the people that know hip hop. Like I think people felt like Diddy was a piece of shit, right? I'm just gonna call it how I see it, right? Like, I think, you know, because I knew, I always listen to the music and shit, but then you hear like this, like you hear Mace's side of the story, the things that have happened and people he's done dirty in the industry, and you know, I think now that we know everything that we know about Diddy, you know, I'm not surprised. It's a shitty situation for, again, somebody with so much potential, right? Like, it would be tragic for it to happen to somebody that is not on that trajectory. It would be tragic for that to happen to somebody that doesn't have, you know, a skill like rapping to get locked up and lose 10 years of their life behind bars. But for somebody who, man, he was so dope, bro. Like, his music is, his voice, like everything, bro. Package. Absolutely,
and 100%,
the crazy thing
bro. Is Shyne had like, I know his first album was very raw, but then like, he had actually great records that transcended into radio. And I remember when he went away, he was taking business meetings with everybody. I know G didn't want to sign him.
Yeah, bro.
Jay wanted to sign him. Everybody wanted Shyne because at the time, if you guys remember, that was post Get Rich. Yeah. So all the labels, and I think they said it in the meeting or in the documentary, I think Nori said it was like everybody wanted to sign the gangster rapper. If the more street you were and the more gangster you were, the labels wanted you. And Shyne was that protocol. He shot somebody in a club. He had that reputation, you feel me? And it's crazy that he signed with Def Jam behind bars, a $3 million deal, puts an album out behind bars. They try to stop him because New York's got this Son of Sam law where you can't profit off of your crimes behind bars. Yeah. So I don't know how much he made. I think he came home broke, unfortunately. Like, he came home to no money. The album did well. I remember copping it, 2004.
Godfather Buried Alive, right?
That shit is hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember bumping that shit
Green
too.
joint, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like to see him go from literally biggest new artist in the world with Puff, Bad Boy Resurgence, and one thing with that was interesting is I remember that time frame as a kid. This is after the Locks left Bad Boy to go to Rough Riders. Mace was gone. Big died. They didn't have nobody. They had Black Rob. Black Rob put out a really good album, critically acclaimed.
Absolutely.
And then Shyne was next up. So he was kind of setting that tone for Bad Boy to be on that resurgence. And he took the fall, man.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, you know, and it sucks. But shout to him. I love the documentary. I really want y'all to take some time and peep it because it not only tells a story about someone being in a culture for the right reasons, mixing in with bad people who fucked him over, and him coming out on the other side, you know, because I think him being the epitome of the criminal justice reform is so important because I know I know for me, I got a family member who's doing life in prison, unfortunately. He's never going to see the light of day. But if he had the opportunity, what does that look like?
Yeah.
Someone could literally go to jail for 10 years and come out potentially being a prime minister of Belize. It's an incredible story.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful. My bad. So, yeah, peep the documentary, Shyne. It's called The Honorable Shyne.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu.
Hulu?
So check it out. Yeah, man, peep it. I know you're a young cat. You probably don't know Shyne, right?
Not too much, man.
Bro.
You'll
Listen
like
to
it, bro. Watch the documentary, bro. You'll like
Watch
it.
the documentary and then go back and listen to the music.
Okay.
Because the music is it's a reflection of the street, the pitfalls that come by being in the street, what to avoid. But then obviously he goes to jail and it fucks up his whole career. He was on that rise, you know what I mean? Like, this is pre 50 Cent. He probably could have been maybe as big as 50 Cent. Maybe not to that point, but he was getting there. His first album was platinum, right?
I don't remember.
I mean, that Bad Boys record was a big record for him.
So now you said he's a prime minister?
Yeah, so he's actually, I can't remember the actual title, but he's from Belize.
Yeah.
And he's basically in charge of creating laws and being a legislator for the people of Belize. So, like, getting them clean water, getting them electricity.
Yeah.
But now he's going to be the prime minister. Like, in a couple of years, he's going to be the prime minister.
Nice.
He's a leader of the opposition.
Leader of the opposition.
Leader of
party.
opposition of Belize.
Yeah, let me tell you, man, it's one of the best stories in hip hop, man. Honestly, man. From the music side to the reform side. So
I'm gonna have to check it out.
We got an interview up now on a drama hour. Shout to Rock the Bells, LL Cool J's Rock the Bells. We up there every Friday, 9 p.m. East. But we got an interview with Shyne, so check it out too. It's we creeping up to like 100,000 on that interview right now. So yeah, shout to Shyne and shout to his whole team. I think they did a really good job with the doc. So but yeah, man, that wraps up all the topics, man.
Yes, sir. That's it.
I'm glad that we was able to touch on some of them hot things. I know before we go, we're gonna get into a freestyle.
Yeah.
Before we do that though, plug, where can the people find you on social media? Can they hit you up? Can they DM you? Can they holler at you?
You might.
Is your DMs open?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you could get at me, bro. I might not respond. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's secondary, but they can hit you.
Hit
right?
me up, yeah, for sure, bro. It's that's Grizzly. That's _ Grizzly on Instagram, and that's really all I got. I just got the Instagram. That's it. _ Grizzly. Yep.
And then one more time for Mom Duke's spot.
Hot Pizza Co. Sawmill. Yeah, Sawmill Market. Yes, sir. On Bellum, off of Rio Grande and the freeway. If you're in Albuquerque, if you're in New Mexico, stop by. If you stop in Albuquerque, stop by. Yeah, it's fire. You'll like it.
Tell them Grizz and Vinny sent you, man. That place is so fire.
I'm gonna check that out for sure.
So that spot is good. That spot is it, man.
Absolutely.
And it's cool because I don't know. It's more like an Albuquerque thing, but like y'all got these spots where like you walk in and there's like 15 joints. So like if your girl wants something, she can go over there.
Yeah.
If you want pizza, you can go over here. If you want a juice, you can go upstairs, and the kids can kind of kick it, and you know what I mean. It's a dope spot. So everybody go check it out.
Appreciate you.
98 Dope. Again, your socials. Where can they find you? You got a website? Plug all that shit, bro.
So on Instagram, 98_Doe, DOE, and then my YouTube. I'm on all streaming platforms, 98 Records. Yeah, run it up, man.
Yeah, run that shit up, man. Breathless 2 out now on all DSPs. Wherever you get your music, go peep it.
Breathless
Make sure y'all
2.
go follow him. Yeah, you got anything coming up soon?
Yeah, I got a couple new videos, a couple new songs
All right,
coming
so you
up.
working.
So just dropping on
So you
singles,
working.
you know what I'm saying?
Producer T-Rab, where can they find you?
Shit, that kid T_Rab, Instagram. Hit me up.
Your DMs open too?
Always.
All right, cool. Dope. All right, man. Hit him up, man. Any of y'all want to conversate, debate about what we talked about, make sure y'all hit him up. Y'all can hit me up, Vinny_Venom. Remember, Tunecore.com. If y'all sign up and you're a hip-hop artist, the first 50 artists to hit me are going to get a special gift from me in the squad. Yeah, so 98, I'm going to pull up this beat, man. I want you to get into something with us, and I want you to... I want you to kick something for us because I heard you got them bars, right?
That bar work.
Bar work, baby. Bar work, baby. So I'm going to cue this shit up. Before I do that, I didn't plug it. I plugged it a couple times, but again, shout to the HydroBar. Salute Tim, Junior, Senior, the whole staff. I love y'all a lot. Number one, y'all giving us the spot to come in here and do our thing. We talk about health, wellness, and hip-hop. Everything today was a lot more hip-hop, but I definitely wanted to make sure at the end of the day that we took some time and shouted them out. Make sure y'all Google them. Actually, their website is hydrobar.io, so make sure y'all take some time and come through, check out the establishment. It's a beautiful spot. I just heard today that Tim, he designed this fucking spot, dog. Everything, the studio, the fucking counters, the artwork.
Yeah, it's nice.
Fucking everything, bro.
It's nice, bro.
It's fire, bro.
If you're a water connoisseur, you definitely got to try this out. It's definitely the kind of water you want to drink. You know, I said it last time. I didn't say it this time, but it tastes like silk.
Tastes like silk.
Tastes like silk.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
mentioned it to me.
You taste
That
that water.
T-test is
Yeah,
insane,
there's some
brother.
tests that they'll do for you, bro. Show you what it's all about. Definitely. But yeah, it's you drink every water's got a taste to it, and this one when you drink it, it's like silk. It's very smooth. Absolutely.
This one hits different, bro. I was telling you earlier, this shit makes me pee like a motherfucker.
Yeah, definitely. I'm waiting right now, bro. I'm definitely. I've almost drank
he
this
waiting.
whole. Almost drank this whole bag though.
Yo, you
So
funny, bro. All right, I'm about to cue up this beat, but yeah, like I said, man, I definitely want to shout out to HydroBar. Y'all definitely got my salute in the books across the board. So, all right, bro. So I got this beat queued up. T-Rap, make sure the levels is right. Let's get them on, bro. You hear that?
Oh,
I don't hear nothing.
I don't hear anything.
Okay.
Here we go. Commission Cypher 98 Doe Freestyle. Let's go.
Shout out Vinny. My loyalty will never leave my soul. I know I'm lit, so I can never trust another hoe. Al Pacino, black leather in the 3 C notes. Gray sofa with the soda that I got from Reno. I stay in silence cause I'm grimy, it'd be hard to find me. Never folding, always holding, I'm forever shining. Until they pick me up and put me in the ground. I keep her secrets to the grave, you won't hear a sound. See, Angie told me these are soul ties. I was blind to the fact that the soul lies. Now if I love you, then I got you. I'll treat you like a queen. Wear my heart on my sleeve, so everything I say I mean. I know it's crazy, but lately I've been trying to find my peace. One hand is on the Bible, but my feet are in the streets. You could tell how I've been living by the way I talk and speak, by the way I squint my eyes. See, my straps ain't got no crease. I can't hang around no leech. See the hate when you've been looking. I can never be a rat. Before that I tell them book me. Look my girl in the eyes and told her that I'm not a rookie. I'm in love with your hustle, baby, not your pussy. Look, this loyalty, it really burned me. I'm always on my lonely, I can't let too many learn me. And I don't open up, I gotta keep my vision sturdy. I've been suffering in my heart since my dog tried to murk me.
Yes,
98
sir.
Doe, man.
All right.
Yeah, the Commission Cypher, man, exclusive freestyle, man. Again, make sure y'all
Bar work.
like, subscribe, 98_Doe
Let's go.
Instagram. Make sure y'all follow him, man. But we out here, man. Make sure y'all follow us, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We